that's usually when you see the charges start coming, the deals start coming. Sometimes immunity deals come without charges, right? They just say, if she's going to plead the fifth, let's say they're planning on calling her as a witness and she gets a lawyer and the lawyer says she's not going to testify, she's going to plead the fifth, then you can give immunity to force them to testify and no longer allow them to plead the fifth, because you can only plead the fifth if there is potential criminal charges or potentially incriminating things that you're going to say when answering questions. So the prosecutor can literally force people to testify by saying, there's no Fifth Amendment because there's no criminal charges. We are not going to make it possible for anything you say to be incriminating. Therefore, take the stand, testify, you've got immunity. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. We talk about YK.
Fast forward.
There was this big ex parte hearing with the judge where they're like, you have to testify. They're giving you immunity. So whatever you say, you can't be held responsible for, and you're not going to be convicted of it. You're not going to be arrested. You're not going to be charged. And he said, well, what if I lie? And they're like, well, the only thing that you could be charged with is if you lie about this specific thing. So they're basically coaching them on how to testify. They didn't tell the defense attorneys about the ex parte hearing. It was a big legal thing. But generally speaking, that's exactly what happened to him. They arrested him, put him in the orange jumpsuit, and the only thing, he was held in contempt, and the only way he could get out, it wasn't a specific sentence. It was only until he corrected the wrong. So basically
And see, we don't want that. We don't want Jen Soto to get arrested on some lame charge where it's not going to be a felony and she's not going to be put away long enough that she can't have children anymore, right? We never want her to be like Carla Homolka, where she gets a little bit of prison time, comes out, has a whole other family, and just moves away. We don't want that. We also don't want a Casey Anthony as well, but is obviously a lawyer, and he's breaking it down beautifully. Hello, Glory Gigi Garcia. Good to see you all. Good to see new faces around here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's finish this up.
They could have held him in prison for this entire trial, for next trial, until he decided to testify against them, because he was held in contempt of court for refusing to testify when he could not have a Fifth Amendment privilege because they had already given him immunity. So they can force immunity deals on witnesses in different scenarios. And this could be a scenario where they do that as well.
Okay. So now tell me this, and this might be a dumb question. I'm sorry, but curious.
No dumb questions.
So for situations where it's like the mafia or the mob, whether somebody has committed a crime and is forced to testify or not, but they refuse because they don't want to be a rat and they don't want to have the retaliation to be killed for, flipping or turning or ratting on somebody. What does that look like? Do they ever, if they just refuse to speak altogether, whether they would be charged or not?
So I really encourage you to take a minute afterwards and watch the Little Woody testimony, honestly.
Okay.
Anybody that's listening to the podcast, she's asking this question and we all now know what it looks like. So it's very rare that something like this happens, specifically like this, but you're saying the mob, they're charged with RICO, street gang activities are the allegations, and this is what his testimony sounded like. I don't remember.
All right. I think now, so he was talking about the same thing, immunity, and this guy, I think they're moving on now. They're talking about RICO. I think they moved into the Diddy case, although same thing goes for testimony of Jen Soto, and then he says the Woody case. So I'm like, oh, what's he talking about? Reminds me of Wendy Adelson. Also, if Jen is sticking to the script, they don't need her. Do we think Stefan plus defense will throw her under? I'm still having hope for that. I really, truly am. Foxy, Amazon, Jen Soto, Casey Anthony, Susan Smith, they all have a meet and greet with good old Sparky. All right, let's see if they're talking about that. And then we're going to, we gifted another membership, Guilty of Crime, Jojo for Show, our mod. We love you. Thank you so much. I hope all of you that have gotten memberships today really do want that. And MM Clar, you gifted a $4.99 membership, so thank you so much. All right, let's see if they're talking about Diddy. I'm going to click off of that and we're going to say thank you, Pete. Thank you, Annie.
I don't remember. Well, you said this. I lied. Well, did you lie then or did you lie now? I always lie. I'm a liar. What I do is lie. You can't trust anything I say. That's
see, that goes with Jen.
Literally
too.
what he's saying on the stand. And so the jury is sitting here with a prosecution witness. They're reading all his impeachment statements like, well, you said Young Thug did this. You said Young Thug did that. He goes, I lied. I was just trying to get the heat off me. So now it's like, is the jury?
All right. So when we start talking about Young Thug, we're going to assume that they're getting into the Diddy case. I think we did enough critical thinking with them today. And, I think they did a great job of analyzing the case, not really knowing it, and then passing it to a lawyer, and him telling us, Mike, give me your question. We're gonna, the YSL trial. They weren't talking about the YSL trial today. They are talking about Diddy, so I'm assuming they're gonna go on to that. What do you got there? Seriously, ask the question. Are you able to answer? What question do you have, Mai Tai? Did I miss something here? Because I want to answer a question before I get out of here. Normally my shows are a little bit longer, but I don't know what happened to your question. All right, and you guys are fantastic. Thank you guys. I see some new people in chat today. I see you guys asking serious questions. I see different people on different sides of the fence of certain things, right? While I'm waiting for your question, Maddie's last name. Okay, lock that damn gen up. There's already a substantial evidence to do so. Jeez. All right, now I do want to try to answer you, Mai Tai, Maddie's last name, and Tyler. If we can get deeper into that, we absolutely would. Maddie was born in Florida, and when she was born, we don't know if Tyler signed the birth certificate, if he was there. Jen may have signed the birth certificate, so it may have given the SOTO last name. So we really can't talk about or speak for Tyler. I'm not going to stick up for him, and you know why? Because I'm getting heat from people for sticking up for Tyler when I'm not really sticking up for him. I'm only telling people what I know. So last name, they go state by state. Tyler's last name is Wallace, Jen's last name is SOTO, and Maddie's last name is SOTO. So I don't know what happened between them, and I can't reveal anything that I do know deeper about the Wallaces and the SOTOs. I can't tell you. So I'm not going to talk about Tyler or get into if he was a good dad or if he's a good dad or when he was a good dad or if he sucks or if he went to prison or if he's just a deadbeat. I'm not going to talk about that. All right. So, guilty of crime. Would you open my email before the live stream? I want to get your reaction. You want to get my reaction? Okay, let's take a look. Rough draft for the artwork. Oh, that's great. Okay, you want to see it. All right, everybody. Not the one for you sent me a rough draft of the t-shirt that we were going to do, and it's a rough draft. We want your opinion. If you guys want that after it's done being a rough draft and she finishes it up, hit a 1 in chat if you want arrest the potato. Put a 2 if you don't want that and you think that we're profiting off of Maddie. All right. 1 if you want that and you want it to be finished, and 2 if you think that we're profiting off Maddie and you don't think we should do it at all. All right. Look at that. Not for you. Sent me an email. She wants to do a reaction. So far, I'm getting all 1s. I absolutely love it. And I think we might have to do it in, I'm not sure, Carly's going to have to tell me. I think we could do it in full color if you do it in full color. All right. So Bambi says my daughter's father signed the birth certificate, but she has my last name because he was never there. There you go. That's a possibility too. So far, everybody's hitting 1 except for Anne doesn't think that we should do that. You could elaborate further. A little bit not tasteful. Okay. Arrest the potato. Yeah. All right, so most people are saying 1 because we're always laughing about the potato. So go ahead and send that to me in full color. The majority say yes, and you guys don't have to buy it. Krista, you guys don't like the potato, arrest the potato shirt. Nobody has to buy it or wear it. It will go up into the store, and you guys can decide. Infringement of the manufacturer of the potato head. Now, I don't know if there's an infringement, Flower Girl, because we have the Chucky, and that's not really a potato head. It has to be 30% different. So thank you. I definitely know about the and I love you, Krista. You know I love you. I'm just letting you. I just don't want her to feel bad when I think it's amazing too, and I love it. And the majority says, hey, yeah, I took my meds, no problem. So you all, if you want to finish that, I love it. I have weird taste like that. And like Lori says, I would proudly wear one. So yes, thank you. We appreciate you. And I love artists in the group. To me, it looks more like Jen SOTO than it does the potato. I was a 2, but I was influenced. Karen. All right. So we are all influenced by you. What is your name again? Not the one. Her name's Crystal. We are influenced by you. We did it. I love the, apparently she's a potato with no eyes. I love the community here, and I love you all being part of this community. And good night. I love you, Scary Sherry. Have a wonderful night. Sunrise Tango. It is really good artwork. 111. It is really amazing artwork. I love it, and I would love you to be part of the community and help us to also design other things. So thank you all.